Well, guys, it's been a minute. I don't think I've put up nothing since we got moved over here on this new little track. We've just been wide open, trying to get it done. It's kind of hard to tell. That's just a darn steep little ravine in there. We're working on her though. Property line ends right there, and we got a little corner over there. Then it goes down into a dang god awful hole straight off down in that bottom corner down there. We've been off in there some. Kind of so the front edge of this hurricane, it's already feeling it up here. Nice weather, man. It's breezy today, so I don't know what he's doing there. We're back at it down there in that hole. That little old ravine steep. We're getting some strong wind. I mean, you can see them top. I mean, that wind is whipping. Doing what we can though. Well, so what we're going to try to do here, guys. Pretty steep. It's just weird how the highway's just right there. Right there's the highway. And that down in there is just a steep, hard to tell, but there's just a steep ravine right there. Straight up on both sides. Got a little draw in there. So what we're hoping is he's going to try to cut this timber well, he just drove that thing up here. That looks flat, but it ain't. It's steep down in there. So anyway, what we're going to try to do is he's going to go in there and try to cut this stuff and push it up the hill and drag the butt back down and put it right down below where he's at right there. I'm going to back down in there and get him while it's good and dry. And grapple them back up out of there. That's the plan anyway. We got this old boat over leaner right here. He's got to get it down first thing because this other stuff would land on that, and if it didn't break it down, they'd slide down it and be in the wrong position to come out just right. like I say, I think we got us a decent little plan of attack here. That little thing actually does get around on the steep, rough ground fairly well. I tell you what, you gotta be careful on them little things. Just that little small leaner, that's the ones that'll bend your bar, seems like every time. That thing's actually pretty strong. I mean, it looks small, but it's bigger than it looks. I think it weighs about 20,000 or something like that. All right. Well, it's dusty right now, for a little bit anyway. Like I say, I went down in there where he's at now and got some, but that old holler, big white oak right there, it ain't fit for nothing to cut. And the highway right there, it's hard to come down and make that turn around it. So that's why we're gonna put the butt right there. We're gonna put the butt right in there. And all this is clear cut so to let it, you know, a little spin and come up out of there for me. There ain't a whole lot over there. I don't know. There's two, maybe 3 loads. You know, mostly wood, but they have some decent saw logs around in there. And this big old draw, this ravine, so I got me a huge brush pile over there, and the property owner had asked if before we even got started this ravine if we could push our brush in and fill it up. I said, well, yeah, that'd work out perfect for us. So while he's down in there, I think he's gonna go up there and try to top most of that stuff down in there, because that's where the brush is gonna be anyway. He'll get what he can with the cutter there, and then I'll whack the rest off the chainsaw. So hopefully this goes off like we anticipate. I can push it up a hill, drag it down by the butt. Takes just a minute to kind of get going here, but I mean, once we get rolling, he gets some little spot cleaned out and this works out. I mean, heck, we'll cut that in 30 minutes probably. That'll work out fine. He can still pull that down there. Shoot, yeah. I could go all the way across in there, but that little old gully right in the bottom is sharp and deep. I can't get across it. And it's sidling on both sides, steep and sidling. I mean, if you did get off in there, you'd probably get turned over in there, I'd say. I don't mind pushing the old green bean over there, but I pretty well know what it will and won't do. We'll make it work. Part of what's make it a little more difficult, I mean, it comes in little spurts, but there's a strong wind there. I mean, it kind of blowing one direction, but sometimes it's not, so it pushes the tree a little different than you need it to go sometimes, like you can see over there. I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, it is whipping. Oh yeah, it's gonna work out. I can get up there and get those, or he can drag them down. I might be able to back up there and get them. That's where we're at. Let's see if I can see what we can do here. We about got her licked off in there. Get out of the way a little bit. Dang brush pile in the way here. It's steep down in there, I'm telling you. Boy, does that old junky pine busted a little bit. So you can kind of see there's a little ravine down through there. I mean, it's steep. Heck, that part right there, it's straight down. But there's a couple right in there. Might have to get them in that little gully with the chainsaw. About got her whooped though. Just a few right in there, right behind them, but we can get them. We can get them from that other side where it's flat. You can't tell, I mean, it don't look, the camera don't do it no justice, but that slope right there is steep. I can back off into that ravine, but it's about all the old skidder will come out there with. If it was there a bit damp, it wouldn't. And pretty much, when you see the back of the tracks coming off the ground, it backing uphill, it's pretty steep. The only thing I don't like about that machine, and he was complaining about it a while ago, he runs it all the time, is with that hydrostatic, when you're on that steep ground like that, you get a lot of feedback in the pedals. And it's tiresome on your legs and feet from all that feedback. It'll, it gets the pedal where they're hard to mash, and it'll start sometimes jerking and bouncing like you're trying to hold yourself still. They don't have like a positive stop like a Traco or something. Back when I was younger and dumber, we would probably cut all that with a chainsaw and sit right here with a cable skidder and run chokers down there and pulled it all out, but just ain't much for them old cable pulling no more. Just let the machines do the work. Do it with a grapple. That's the one thing that's handy about that, is it does help you on kind of bad ground. Kind of helps you get stuff where you can get to it with a grapple. So I'll jump off here, get the rest of them pulled out. Try to work a little bit in the morning before that rain hits. Make sure we got everything, a few water bars and this, that, and the other, in case it does get kind of bad. I think it's going to go a little bit east of us. We'll just get minimal rain and a little wind, but we'll see, I guess. But y'all have a good weekend. If you're in areas of that storm, take care, be careful. I know that's just a bad deal for a lot of people. Very fortunate and blessed to be out here working. Worried about a little rain when there's people who lost everything I had, so I know that's just a bad deal. So y'all take care, have a good weekend, try to be safe, and I'll talk to you hopefully next week.